Platinum Vision, we've officially hit rock bottom. Up, Whatty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Devil's Line Season 1, Episode 7, titled Chasers. And this video is going to be a little bit different than my other Anime Nerdigan live reaction videos because something that I've noticed is there's a pattern, a really shitty pattern going on in the writing within the first 6 minutes. And instead of spending like an hour just repeating my fucking self, I want to get this shit out of the way and explain and like how I would have done, would have gone about it, especially with the placement of the opening song in particular. And then after that, I'm going to talk about like I'm going to talk about the animation problems so far, and then we'll actually get into the live reaction, and I will include like of course timestamps and where we're at in the chapter, so you guys know where we're at, because I want to like focus on other things besides like the main problem, which is the writing and the animations. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to this. So the thing that Platinum Vision is trying to do is it's trying to have its cake and eat it too, and in the case it's Tyra. And like part of me, when I was starting to watch this episode and trying to record live reactions for it, I was for the first 6 minutes, and it ended up hitting like 20 minutes, and the runtime did, and I was just like, no, I got to do it this way. Is that here's the thing though, Platinum Vision, you could have done this. You could have had both. You could have had both the Anzai and the Tyra storyline. You could have done it this week. You could have done it. And it's just really disappointing with how they're choosing to like do these transitions and like the scene placements, because what's going on, especially within this first 6 minutes, is the episode feels extremely disjointed. So whoever wrote this episode needs to be fucking fired, first of all, Platinum Vision. And you know what? I'm tempted to tell you the director needs to be fired as well. So let me explain what's been going on within the first 5-6 minutes. So basically, the beginning of the episode, like up into the like 29-second mark, I was totally fucking happy, like because we were getting the adaptation of page 9 of chapter 18, and my first thing, the first thought was like, oh, we're gonna get Anzai content, yes. And then at the 29-second mark, we jumped to like page 28 of chapter 18. I'm like, what? And what the fuck? And this is what I mean by this. It's been like this like for the past 6 minutes, and it's gonna be like this for the rest of this episode, where they're just like going back and forth. And here's the thing, like there's animes that have multiple narratives going on in an episode. A good example of this is Yamushi Pedal is the best. Actually, Yamushi Pedal is the best example of this, especially in Glory Line. But the thing is, though, is that what's going on here, and why this episode feels disjointed in the writing, is that instead of like just completing the scene, completing the dialogue, and then moving on to the next one, we're just like, oh, we're gonna put this part here, and put this Anzai content here, put this Tyra 07 content here, put this Anzai content here, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't. And in the case of the Tyra content, they talked like, I kind of don't mind that they changed it a little bit, where like she has where 07 is telling Tyra to not trust the devils, because at that point Tyra was already out of the car. I don't mind that she's sitting in the car with 07 getting that talk. I don't mind that at all. Let's see. I think this is more, you know what? I'm gonna this will be a good way to transition into the animation stuff as well. So before I get to that, I'm gonna talk about I want to mention this, and I've said this the past few weeks, is I watch this opening song every week for Devil's Line, and I'm just thinking, where is this? Why isn't this in the episode? Am I not watching the same show? Like, I want this epicness that you're giving me in the opening and the ending song. Like, where the fuck is this? And yes, even Yamushi Pedal does this to me, especially lately, because TMS Entertainment is trying to compete with David Productions, and because David Productions actually knows how to utilize CGI, and for some reason, TMS Entertainment thinks they can. In the case of bike racing, it's just, it really is fucking it up, and like it's torture. It tortures me a lot because I'm just like, I'm watching the opening for Yamushi Pedal Glory, like the second one in particular. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna see this beautiful animation, and then I see the CGI for during the writing. I'm like, this is not what I'm promised. I've been lied to. So this is where I'm gonna get to my point here. So let's talk about the old man first, from the doctor. So, beginning of the episode, about the 19-second mark, he looks like he's wearing a beard from the 99-cent store, like a Santa beard from the 99-cent store, and he looks like he's wearing a fucking weave, like a janky-ass weave, that's like attached to his beanie, because where the beanie is, because there's no extra line in the forehead, it looks completely wrong. It just looks fucked up. You fucked up his hairline. And then, like, after the opening song, it's just like, what the shit? What the shit? The animation's completely different. It's a lot better for his hair. And also, in the beginning, at the 19-second mark, he has a beakler nose, and a beak, you know, a hawk nose, a beak nose, instead of like a slope. So, but that was fixed like after the opening. So it's just weird. But anyway, before I continue on with this animation, or you know, I'm gonna finish talking about the bad shit about the animation, then I'm gonna talk about what I would have done with the writing. Okay, so the other problem I'm having with the animation, there's a lot. Like, first of all, there's scenes where like freaking Anzai does not look like Anzai at all. It just it's a little, I want to say it's like the 3-minute 24-second mark. Like the tip of the nose is too long, the facial structure is wrong, and there's some cute content with like cute faces with my boy Hans, and that's not good. And I think it has something to do with how his face the facial structure is being drawn, because it looks it does not look like Hans, and it's driving me nuts. And the other thing that's bothering me, and like, this is not just limited to Platinum Vision, it's other studios do it too, and because 07's hair looks like a goddamn wig as well, let's be real, because it looks way too like, it looks, because of the lack of line work, it doesn't look like real hair. And Hans is another example where it really doesn't look good, because with Hans, like if you look at the manga, like Hans's hair is like all flowy, there's lots of line work in there, and it looks so light. But like in the anime, Platinum Vision, I don't know why you're doing this, but you made like not Hansai, freaking Hans's hair looks so fucking heavy, and like what I'm looking at here is like something, I'm looking at something like out of a PS2 or PS2, I'll even say a Wii JRPG. Like, this is some shit, Platinum Vision. You can't do this. But okay. But my main point is, in the animation, also, you're not pushing it enough with the creativity in the animation. Because, like, I see this opening song, there's so much awesomeness, so much potential, and you fuck it up, and it doesn't make sense. Especially since at the beginning of this series, you had some beautiful animation and like very like beautiful, great artistic direction. And a good example of this is where it really was needed was when Anzai was saying that the problem is the devil inside of me, you know, or not problem. He's scared of the devil inside of himself. You could have done something like, instead of like showing reused footage, you could have shown some beautiful like art. You could have gone like, Studio Shaft would have done something so cool with this, and done something symbolic. The other thing that you didn't do is when the old man's like talking about devil relationships, and this is on page 36 of chapter 18. Like in the anime, they don't show him breaking the cookie or anything, and that's like, it's like you just see him eating it. It's like, no, the cookie is kind of symbolic. He's using the cookie to represent a couple. Like, this is just fucking ridiculous. Platinum Vision, you can't do this shit. Oh my god. But anyway, writing wise, what you should have done, this is what I would have done, is I would have placed the opening song right after Anzai said he is, scared of the darkness within himself. And then you could have, like, either you could have gone in two directions. You could have done the Tyra content, or you could have, like, start off at page, where is it? Oh my gosh. Page 20, say, like, if you could have, what you could have done is for the transition into the Tyra stuff, what you could have done, and it would have been really cool, is you could have done, like, there's a black panel on page 26 of chapter 18 describing the vehicle they're in. You could have done that, and that would have been such a cool transition. Fuck, you should have done that period in the beginning. Like, at the beginning of the Tyra content. Like, it would have worked, but, it's just annoying as fuck. I really wish we had that. But, like, personally, what I would have, like, and this is what Yowamushi Pedal does. They, and the manga does this too. And yes, I know the manga is kind of, like, it breaks stuff up, but the thing with the difference between the writing in the manga and the writing in the, anime is, like, the writing doesn't feel so disjointed. Like, if we would have just gotten, the rest of chapter 18 adapted today, I would have been fine with that. We would have had some beautiful art, and I would have loved it. But nope, you decided not to go that route, Platinum Vision. But anyway, now where we're at, and this is roughly at the 5-minute 46-second mark, we are at page, let me see, just give me a second. Okay, there's one other thing, and then we'll continue on here. I forgot to mention, we don't even get to see 07 kick some more ass, which really fucking sucks in this scene. Before we get this really touching reunion, but whatever. I'm just fucking over it right now. I'm so mad at this shit. I really would just want to drop it, but god damn it, I gotta cover it because I don't know if anyone else is gonna address it. Okay, we need to talk about dude, Platinum Vision, what the fuck? That was not 09 that you just gave me. That is, I will say that is probably worse. That 09 we just saw was probably worse than anything that Studio Pierrot has given me in Black Clover, and that is saying a lot, because Studio Pierrot has given me really shitty animation in Black Clover, and this is worse than that. What the fuck happened? I'm serious, Platinum Vision, I'm sorry, animators that are, you're gonna have to lose your job, but you need to get fired for this. This is not fucking cool. And for those that are curious where that's is in the manga, this is on page 41 of chapter 18, and god, line work, dude, line work. You need line work. Stop looking like a PS2 game. Stop looking like a Wii game or a GameCube game. Look like something that I would want to play on PS4. Look more realistic. Stop looking so clunky. It's terrible. But anyway, like at the 5-minute, or just, I should say that a little bit before the 6-minute mark, we're now back into chapter 19. We're at page 6 of chapter 19. But God, as I said earlier, this writing is so fucking disjointed. It is terrible. The old man's animation is starting to get better. But I'm actually, like, usually I'd be pissed about Anzai's lines, or a character's lines going to a different character, but I'm just fucking grateful that we even have the lines here. So, because I'm getting the Platinum Vision, you are just so, oh my god, Platinum Vision, this is just, this episode is so disjointed, it's awful. You see, right here at the 6-minute 46-second mark, this stuff content we're getting, like we're just saying, shh, be quiet. Like, you could have done all this content. You could have done all the content from adapted, like, page 8 from chapter 18, then pages bottom of page 35 through 30 or through 38, and then like 40 through 40, and then like the very end of chapter 18 and then do the rest of this like up to page 8 of chapter 19, and then you could have gone into the 02 content. This would have been such a perfect transition for the not 02, I'm sorry, the 07 Tyra content. You could have done that, but no, you didn't do it at all. And because of that, you have a very disjointed episode in the writing wise. I don't know if it feels this way for anime onlys or not, but goddamn, it feels extremely disjointed. And God, this lack of line work is just killing me. Like I'm watching a fucking PS2 game. This is just awful. Like, I'm like where I think that I'm gonna restate this. Where I think that you could have I'm gonna add an additional page here too, is page 12 of chapter 19. Because pages 1 through 12 of chapter 19. Because because even because of what Hans says here, she didn't think of it as murder. I bet she thinks of it along the lines of pest control. I feel like if a devil goes out now, it'll spur her on. Like if you would have stopped there and you actually if you would have put the opening song there too, I would have been fine with that. But but to be honest, this is where you could have transitioned into the Tyra content, and you could have jumped back to chapter 18 and started at page page 28 of chapter 18 and done this content, and it would have flowed so beautifully, and it would have been really awesome, like writing wise. And you Nergans think I'm a manga purist, and usually I am, but like this is a scenario where, like, especially since we're only getting 12 episodes for this season of Devil's Line, I feel like, and also because of course Platinum Vision wants to have their Tyra and eat it too. I mean cake, and like we could have had both of that. Like writing wise, this episode could have been salvageable. You just have to change it's like a fucking like a Scrabble puzzle. You have to or a fucking Rubik's Cube, I should say. You just have to change it around a little bit, and just like fix it, and it's fine. And the writing would be fine. Like the writing, you could have fixed it. It's called editing. This is all on you, writing and production, editing. Whoever decided to go with this order for for this episode for the writing, like whoever decided this shit, like I'm sorry, dude, you need to be fired. If it was the director, fuck you, man. You are stupid. You need to fucking you need to edit, man. Just friggin' A. Just watch and see, does this make sense? Is this a smooth transition? Well, what you're doing right now is not giving me smooth transitions at all. You're giving me shitty ass transitions, and you could have done something really, really cool and something really creative, and it's just a missed opportunity, and I fucking hate you for it, Platinum Vision. Also, what are 09's wounds on his face? I'm telling whoever is on this, if I know it's in-house. Platinum Vision, fire whoever worked on this episode, please. I'm talking about writing. I'm talking about mainly the animation, but whoever decided to fuck the flow of this episode, if it was the director or if it was the producer, I don't fucking care. Whoever did it needs to be fired, because this episode, the writing is this episode's downfall. It could have been it could have been like Black Clover, where I'm mainly bitching about the actual animation and not the writing. You could have had that Black Clover rock bottom, but no, Platinum Vision, you had to have a worse rock bottom. You had to have a JC actually, I think this is worse than JC staff, what they did, because JC staff has really fucked up the flow of Shokugeki no Soma anime. But man, this is worse than what JC staff did, Platinum Vision, and that is bad. Episode, you are proving my point right now. The episode is proving my point that this episode could be salvageable. writing wise, this episode is salvageable. It's not like, actually, you know what? Maybe it's not as bad as JC Staff, because JC Staff, what they did was definitely unsalvageable within the episode. This actually, it can be salvageable if we just edit the footage to and like fix and to like follow the order of events, or like scene wise, and just like have Anzai's the Anzai content, then and then go into the 07 and Tyra content. This would have been such a good episode writing wise, and all we would have had to been bitching about this week is animation. So this is just, oh god, this is really making me mad. Dude, okay, speaking of animation, Jill's face at the 7-minute 59-second mark looks fucking smashed. And this is also where this is at. We are at about like page 11 going into page 12. And okay, this is why, yeah, we're looking like the thing that's preventing, my boy Hans from being a video game, from being an actual anime character and not like a video game character, is one, there's no holes in his nose, there's no nostrils, and there's also his ears are just way too big. And either that or you're not making the hair big enough. Like, the line work, there's like, is there just not enough hair? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's the ears are too big more than anything. I think it's more the ears are too big. But goddamn, like this looks like a really bad. We have really hit rock bottom. Oh my god, animation has really hit rock bottom this week. Okay, what the fuck was up with that angle at the 8-minute 9-second mark when like Hans was telling Anzai not to go because it might provoke her. Like that angle was shit. Like why didn't you have like it like on Anzai, and you could have done something cool with the animation. This is just so goddamn disappointing. And then at about like the 8-minute 11-second mark, we jump back to page 15 of chapter 19. We're just not gonna have like comedic moments this week? Like what the fuck? Like that again. The writing is going to be the downfall of this series, because, and also the animation is too, because we don't have like the cute Tyra motions as well. Like Tyra's supposed to be blushing. Like I feel the thing is, and I was looking at a review of some of the reviews of Devil's Line from like from the anime community, and people are saying that Tyra doesn't have a personality. Well, this is why Tyra doesn't have a personality, is because you don't like have her like cute moments. You don't have her You're trying to take like some of this the manga like way too seriously. Like there's comedic moments in this series for a reason. You can't just have a freaking dark series that's just not like a straight up dark series without any lighthearted moments. Well, some can, but for the most part, even Tokyo Ghoul has comedic moments. It's dark as fuck. Hoseki no Kuni is really dark. Has comedic moments. JoJo obviously has comedic moments as well. And what was the other one that I was thinking of off the top of my head? And Berserk. Berserk has comedy too. So like I just don't understand why we're not getting like the comedy to like balance it out, because right now it's just like this episode feels like too heavy and too serious. And also it feels well, right now writing wise it's just too disjointed. But like writing, like this is just getting ridiculous. I wish you would have finished the whole thing. Oh, if we could have had the whole thing. That's the other thing that I'm really fucking annoyed about with the writing. Like, I would have loved to have, instead of like having a Tyra's Line episode, I would have loved to have 07's full, like her storyline a little bit more. Like her, like we got like brief snippets of it, but I would have liked the full backstory, because it's just, because based on what we just saw at like the 8-minute second mark, 40 through 43 second mark, when 07 is remembering her mom's boyfriend, the devil that killed her, her mom, like, the animation is just so cool. Like, where's this animation? Come on. Platinum Vision, this is why I'm giving you a hard time. This is why I'm not rage dropping this series, because I know you could give us beautiful animation. This is just rock bottom for you. That's why I'm sticking with you, even though you are probably, when I say this is the worst, I might have to say this is this is probably the worst worst episode of the week for me. This is definitely the worst. Even JC staff had better writing this week. I'm not gonna lie. Like, for those that are curious about the page I'm talking about, where Platinum Vision could have gone nuts with, like, Studio Shaft would have gone fucking nuts with this. Which it's on page 17 of chapter 19. Okay, 09 is still missing some injuries, but we're starting to look a little bit better. Animation for the 9 minutes 15-16 second mark when we're seeing the dead bodies. Let me tell you where this is at. This is on page 21 of chapter 19. So just hold on. I want to double check something real quick. Yep, we are censored. We are censored. Oh, no. What happened? Platinum Vision, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm talking about, again, look at page 21 of chapter 19. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I take back my statement. This actually looks fine. This is fine. I'm sorry. I'm taking it back. The blood is fine. It's just, I don't know how to feel about this animation. Like, yeah, it definitely needs more line work in the hair. But, I'm trying to see if there's anything really missing or if there's anything wrong. I think the only thing that is wrong is the eyebrows. The eyebrows are a little too long, and yeah, there it is. That's the problem. The facial structure, like especially in the eyes, is just really bad. I think maybe it's because the eyes are open too wide that I'm just thinking this, but it just, I don't know. The face just, oh, I see why I'm thinking this. It's because the angle of the face is wrong. That's what's going on. The angle of the face is wrong, and it actually looks a lot creepier since it's looking right at us. I will say that. Since the devil is looking right at us. So you know what, Platinum Vision, I'll give you props for that. But I'm trying to see, does it look like he is smiling in there? No. Other than that, yeah. I think it's just the angle that's making me think it this way. If I'm wrong, please tell me. If like the jawline looks wrong to you, like actually, you know what? I think that's what it is. The jawline's wrong, and I think it's and it's just weird. Like sometimes like the animation is spot on, and sometimes it isn't. And I want to say this, for those that were watching My Hero Academia Anime Nerdigan live reaction, that shade of red right there for the blood pool, that's the shade of red I wanted. That's the shade of red blood should be, and it looks like when the blood was solidified, looked fine. When it was coming out, didn't look good. I'm just curious if you guys think it's too thick, if it's the blood is too thick or not. If it like a little bit like the blood that's like going off the table looks a little, yeah, it's way too thick. Yep, we are turning into ketchup blood, Platinum Vision. Oh my god, for the love of God, if you skip the rest of the content that's right here, that's on pages 20. Yeah, it's 22 through 20. top of 26, that would have been, I'm gonna be so pissed, because like what you could have done, anime, Platinum Vision, what you could have done is like for if there was enough content for the Anzai and Tyra slash 07 storylines to go, if we still had time left, you could have had this here. You could have had this scene here. Like, you could have stopped right here at like up to like where was it? Page 21, and about the mole being discovered. And then what you could have done next week was given us this beautiful, like, at the beginning, like, give us how the crime went down. Like, you could have done something so cool like that. But anime, because your writing is disjointed, and I don't know what the fuck is going, like, I don't know what is going on in that studio, in Platinum Vision. Like, please tell me if you nerdigans know. And, like, we can't get a good episode. This sucks. Are you serious? That's all we're gonna get of Kikuhara? In this scene? Are you fucking kidding me? I fucking hate you, Platinum Vision. With the passion of 1,000 suns, I fucking hate you. So now we're at, like, at the, like, about a little bit, I would say 11 minute 10 second mark. We're at page 37 of chapter 19. And all I gotta say is Jesus, Platinum Vision. Like, this is probably the worst episode of spring 2018. This episode is just bad. This episode is bad. Like, here's the thing. I dropped Piano no Mori for a different reason. Piano no Mori's writing, the difference between this and Piano no Mori is Piano no Mori is trying to adapt 241 chapters into 24 episodes, and it's just like, fuck that, it ain't worth it. This manga don't deserve this treatment. But I will give Fukushima Studios this, is that the writing they did for it, they weren't so all over the place like with this episode. But even though it was censored, the censored life of Kai, they at least were focused on a storyline. And the flow of events, like, made sense, but it was just it was just killing me. And also the animation was gorgeous, and so was the soundtrack and the voice acting. God damn it, Fukushima Studio writers! Fuck you, man! I hate you guys! You guys ruined the good series with the writing. By the way, where that Kikuhara page was, it was on page 40, I'm sorry, of chapter 19. I looked at the wrong thing. All we got was the smile, which was on page 40 of chapter 19. I just wanted to make sure I corrected myself. More on-site content! Like, here's the thing. I know what Platinum Vision, I know you're trying, what Platinum Vision's trying to do is have its, Tyra and Eat It Too, or Cake, I should say. But, like, we're getting some good Anzai content right now. Like, this, like, I want more, like, if you want to do, like, some lovey-dovey shit, you could just give it from Anzai's point of view, because Anzai's point of view is more interesting. Oh, thank God. So where we're at is on page 8 of chapter 20. You know what I'm starting to realize? Like, especially animation-wise, is this is like the reverse of what fucking happened a couple of weeks ago. When, like, the first half of the episode was just fucking bass as hell, and then, like, the last portion of, or, like, the last 10 minutes of the episode, like, the animation was just like, what the fuck happened? That's what's happening right now here. I'm noticing this. At the 12 minute 5 second mark, I'm looking at, my boy, Hans. He looks a lot better, and so does Anzai. Anzai looks a lot better animation-wise. The only thing that's really messing it up for me, that's preventing it from being perfect, is his nose is completely wrong. They gave him a little beak nose. No, it was supposed to be slit nose here, but it looks so bad. Anyway, let's keep going here. What the fuck is just up with the anatomy this episode? Jesus! Okay, like, first, again, the main thing that's been a problem with this is just the story of Devil's Line has been, like, consistency in the animation, but it's usually in the line work. It's not in, like, the character models. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, you have freaking Hans's ears are too big, And you also have like, and you have Anzai's nose is just a random size. It's just like, what the fuck? Stop fucking up the anatomy. 12-minute 58-second mark. We finally have movement. We finally have, oh my god, we finally have good animation. It took so fucking long to get good animation, especially for Hans. Oh my god, and his ear is the right size. This right here is what Hans is supposed to look like with the ears and the hair. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is what I wanted. The only thing I'm worried about is the width of Hans's face, especially in the jawline. Just hold on, I just want to make sure the facial structure is correct. Yes, it is. Okay, so you see, Platinum Vision, you can fucking do it. Like, whoever animated Hans for, like, this particular frame here, thank you. You just need a little bit more line work in the hair, and it would be better. But I will say, again, Hans's hair, there's movement. It doesn't feel so fucking stiff. But, God, right now, like, this scene here is actually looking a lot better. We're looking a lot better right now, animation-wise. I wish hopefully we're going to be seeing the red. A reason why we need more line work in the hair, especially in the bangs, is because, like, we'd see it blow in the wind and see the, see his devil eye, Hans's devil eye. Yes, we did see the wind blow, but, like the thing is though, in this scene, Hans's hair, his bang is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be, like, broken up a little bit more, and, like, part of it's, like, behind his ear and shit. And the thing that would really take Hans's animation to the next level, especially in the scene, is line work in the hair. Like the face looks, oh my god, for once I actually feel, ever since like episode 6, I feel like I'm actually looking at Hans and it feels nice. So where we're at now is about like the 13 minute or at the 13 minute like 15-second mark, or back at the Tyra content. We're at page 34 of bottom of page 34 of chapter 19. And does the writing feel a little bit smoother? Or, I mean, not the writing, the transition feel a little bit smoother? You know, in this case, yes, it's a lot smoother than what we've been getting for the first half of this episode. The first half is just, oh my god, the first half is just fucking insane. But as I said, with the first half of this episode, it can be fixed. It's not like it's it's not like it's impossible to like fix the writing or you know, like it's actually fixable. That's what I mean to say. It's actually fixable. You can actually fix the first, writing wise, the first half of the episode. Like, that's not an issue at all. Like, if you could, if it's done correctly, as I said earlier, we wouldn't be having a long ass live reaction of me being pissed off about this shit. But anyway, let's keep going here. Okay, something I have to mention, and I really wish we would have gone in the order of events for the series, especially when they found the, you know, when they showed the Kikohara stuff, is because of what 07 said. So about, you know, about how Kikohara brought her back. Like, it's just, oh, it's just bugging me that the writing that I can't win. I swear I cannot win with you, Platinum Vision. So at the 13-minute, like, actually I should say this, after you know, the orders, 05 gets his orders, we jump back into chapter 20, and we're at like page 3 of chapter 20. Here we go. But Zero 09 is supposed to give Tyra a scarf, and he says an apology for getting you into this. So like a lot of something that I'm really mad that it was just skipped is the private net, like the stuff about the networks and how 09 figured out like how they're gonna communicate and shit. Where was this? Where are we? Zero 09, that's what it was. 09 gave Tyra a post-it with the support.techgardens.net / if you have any trouble, post a message here. Like, where is it? Oh my god, the flow is so much better. The first half, oh my god, this shit was, second half. Oh my god, we have some really, okay, whoever was, I don't know if they have, like, I don't know how the work is divided for these episodes, like, if they have, like, different writers for, like, you know, the, each half or whatnot, and same with the animators, because I feel like that's the case with Devil's Line, because we've had, like, 2 episodes where this shit has happened, where, like, half of the episode is fantastic and half of the episode is shit. And we can't have this anymore, Platinum Vision. You can't do that. So when the police come in with the 05, of course, we are at page 15 of chapter 20's adaptation. We got nothing but time, and he's hurting my arm. We're skipped. 05's not gonna, so we don't have 05 offering Tyra to get a beverage. Like, this is just really fucking ridiculous. Like, 05 is just being very blunt all of a sudden. It's just like, dude, like, where's the tact? 05 has tact. He's blunt, but he's not fucking stupid blunt. But there we go. We got the taser going and everything. Let's keep going here. What the fuck was this? Okay. This is some shitty animation. Because so when 05 is getting tased, and he's supposed to get he's supposed to get tased in the leg, like in the thigh, and we don't see any movement. We don't see like the movement of the tie either. And it's just like, what the fuck is this? This is not the same anime I fell in love with at the start of the season. What the fuck is going on, Platinum Vision? Sorry, I said a scarf. It was a sweater. And in the sweater is the post-it note. That's what 09 gave Tyra. Hopefully, we'll see the post-it at late if we get to it. We'll see it. But man, I'm telling. Oh my God, Devil's Line does not deserve. Devil's Line. You can't adapt this. You can't do a good adaptation of this series, especially with the stuff that we're covering right now. You cannot do this in 12 episodes. We really, Platinum Vision, why didn't you fight for a 24 episode season? You could have done some really cool stuff. Oh, you're not gonna have like the people be like, oh, are you okay? Should we call the police? And you're not gonna have that either. The people are just gonna be ignorant assholes. Like, come on, Platinum Vision, this is ridiculous. So, like, God, okay, I'm gonna say this, writing. We are extremely disjointed, even in the second half. But I will say this. The transitioning is definitely a lot better than the flow is a lot better in the second half of this episode than the first half. But God damn it, I wish you would have finished the Anzai Hans content. I wish all that content would have been done first and then do the other storyline. Like, maybe we would have gotten that if we had 24 episodes. I don't fucking know. Or, fuck, I wish, man, I wish a different studio had this. I wish Studio Shaft would have had 24 episodes. I wish we would have had, like, Studio Orange do this series. Studio Orange would have done this series a lot more justice, and I would, like, even if it's in CGI, I don't even give a fuck, because Studio Orange could do CGI and make it look gorgeous. I trust Studio Orange. Like, this is just fucking bullshit, Platinum Vision. This is just bad. Oh my God. Hans and Anzai's animation, and even Gel's animation looks so much better here. God, like, it's not as good as, like, what we see in the opening song, but God, it's a million times better than what we had at the beginning of the episode. Oh, God. And friggin' Tyra is doing, and this is the writing, this is manga writing as well. Tyra is just saying what like almost every woman would say. I say it to my man as well, but my man usually tells usually is blunt about it and is just like, dude, it is your fault, or he's pretty straightforward. But like we women do that, like we women do that kind of shit to just, to like test men a good chunk of the time. So like I feel like that's what Tsukasa is doing, but in this actually she's kind of right at the same time. She's kind of right. She has been selfish because all she wants is just to be with Anzai. That's all she wants. She's just doing whatever she can to be with Anzai. She's being selfish. She ain't giving a fuck for the most part. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she does. Like there's times where she does in the series. She does care, but like right now she's like in like I just want my man. I just want my man mode right now. When I have to mention this because this is a huge improvement, is when when Tyra opens the window and we see the wind blowing in her hair, and this is like at the 18-minute 14-second mark. Really nice stuff. And also, like, I just realized that we haven't had that much of a soundtrack this week, and it's just weird because I've been so used to having the animes I've covered have had like fantastic soundtracks, and now we're getting like I will say this: the music that we are getting this week is good, but is it like the music could save this series, but it isn't. It's not going to save it in my book. This should hear. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. That There You Are, what 05 did. That animation right there was good. And also, like, can we please just like, I swear to God, Platinum Vision, if you give me like more like Anzai Hans content and just focus on them and focus less on Tyra, like I will like get you out of my hatred of 1,000 with the passion of 1,000 suns category. Like I will take you out of there because I like seeing them run and shit. Across the buildings. This is the shit I wanted to see. I believe it was last week. Yeah, last week I wanted to see this shit and we didn't get it. I'm sorry, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this content we're getting with Anzai and Hans right now, this should not be in this week's episode. This should be in next week's episode. Like this like seems more like like this would be better for next week. I'm curious what you guys think, but whatever. Where we're at now is we're now in chapter 21 of the manga, and this is like at the 18-minute 30 or like 18-minute 25, I want to say 25-second mark. We're not gonna get the scene with the little Anzai on the hill? Why? What happened? This is not the Platinum Vision I remember. This is not the Platinum Vision I remember like praising earlier this season. Like what the fuck happened? I know God, this is rushing so much, but I have to say this right now. At least we're getting the CCC. We're getting that shit. But also, we're getting the flashback too. We're getting like that, but God, it looks so much like a video. It looks like something that I would play on my DS. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but man, animation, like, dude, you guys gotta do better. See this content we're getting here, this Anzai content here. This is like, I'm glad you're actually giving us this and not just focusing on Tyra. It's not, it still feels a little bit Tyra's liney, but it doesn't feel as much. I feel like we're actually getting some Devil's Line for crying out, for once in my life. We're getting, for once this season, we're getting, or like, there was another episode this season that we felt like we were getting Devil's Line. But we ain't getting Tyra's line. We're getting closer to getting Devil's Line, where with the content we're adapting, but it's just the order of these events, like especially in the first half of this episode, is just killing me. Okay, where are the tears in Tyra's eyes? She's supposed to be tearing up. Like, this is the same shit that happened in Mahou Shoujo site. Like, with they weren't animating Aya's tears. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, Platinum Vision, what the fuck? So when this has been the story of Platinum Vision's animation issues, again with the inconsistency problems, is when Tyra like was falling through the window, and this was like a little bit before the 21-minute mark. I'm gonna go with this. this shit, we were getting a lot better. Animation was good. Soundtrack was getting really good. Writing's on point. And like Tara falls through the window, you know, after she smashes, and like the way her body's positioned, and it might be also the close-up as well, it looks so fucking stiff. It looks like she's a fucking blow-up doll. It's horrible. But now, like this content that we're getting right now should have not been in this week's episode. Like, if I had it my way, the content, especially of like with Yuki and Hans like running on top of the roofs and shit. Like, this stuff should have been in next week's episode. Shouldn't have been this week. Whoever decided this is how we're adapting it, this is fucking ridiculous. And I know we are rushing the fuck out to hell of this series, and frankly, Devil's Line does not deserve this treatment at all. We need a 25 episode season. And we do. Like, I should have realized it, that Devil's Line was doomed from the start. I was really hopeful. But God, this series is really I was hoping that Platinum Vision could pull a Hoseki no Kuni or a Made in Abyss with the writing, but I guess I'm wrong. But anyway, let's keep going, because now we're getting to some really good stuff. And this is at the 21-minute, 26-second mark when we're seeing, like, Anzai's inner struggle. I'm really excited to see this shit. Kikohara! Oh, God, I fucking hate! Or, no, wait, that's not... Hold on, let me double check something. Yeah, that is Kikohara. That's Kikohara, I believe. And, like... God, the voice does not fit him! Oh, no, that isn't Kikohara. That is 05, like 05 pre-Scar. I'm sorry, I don't know why I thought that was Kikohara. But I will say this little Anzai is fucking adorable. Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel really fucking stupid. No, that is Kikohara. I'm sorry. I don't know why I don't know what's wrong with me, but that was Kikohara. Okay, where we ended wise, considering the shit that we dealt with, ending wise was good. Like, personally, like the last half of this episode, especially like with like starting like with Anzai and Hans like leaving and shit, that should have been an episode by itself. We're rushing really bad. The thing is I just don't get it. Like, why are you trying to adapt so much content? Like, you should be, if we were actually following, you know, the manga order, you know, the scene of events in here, and we had a perfect manga to anime adaptation, and we have beautiful animation on top of this, like, more people would be wanting to read the series. But like, we're going in the wrong direction here. We're not getting like the Made in Abyss kind of thing here. We're getting it. I just think it's funny that we're just getting like we're getting a really crap adaptation right now of Devil's Line. It's just. But I will say this. Activision, or not Activision, oh my God. Platinum Vision, this is all I'm going to say to you, Platinum Vision. Platinum Vision, you could have, the first half of this episode could have been salvaged. It really could have. And the order of the scenes, like the flow of the scene the episode would have been so much better. And we could have ended it like with, especially if we ended with Kikohara's smile. Oh my God, that would have been like fucking perfect. But I think, again, it's because we don't have a 24 episode season that we're getting treated like this. And it's not fair. And Platinum Vision, it is still not too late to add 12 more episodes. But at the same time, I'm just like thinking, God, I'm being tortured. I barely can get through 7 episodes. Like, I almost rage quit this series. But man, Platinum Vision, here's the thing. What you need to do, guys, you guys just need to, like, just, whoever fucking did this episode for the most part, like, whoever, fuck, you know what? The director of this episode needs to be fired. Fucking A, he needs to be fired. Because this is just bad. I'm sorry, like, the majority of the team who worked on this episode needs to be fired, especially on the animation staff, minus the people who did the second half of the episode. The second half of the episode looks so much better. Yeah, there was problems, but it looked a lot better than the first half. If we can get, please, for the love of God, Platinum Vision, if you could make this the anime, if we could start seeing the art that we're seeing in the opening and the ending songs in the actual anime episode, you might win me back, even with a little, even if the writing is a little meh. But God, this episode was just so fucking disjointed. It was definitely, we were definitely in a clusterfuck this week. Like even like I think it was episode 6 when Hans first arrived. The writing wasn't so much of a clusterfuck. Like we didn't have bad transitions like we did here. That's the thing that's. This is definitely the worst episode of the season because of the writing. The writing fucking ruined this episode for me. The writing just fucking screwed this episode over, and it's like with Piano Mori, it's gonna be the downfall of this series. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm so freaking surprised I got it to under an hour, but God, I did it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts either in the comment section below or in the Nerdigans Inc. Discord server. The link to that's in the description box below as well. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion. There's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, or purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.